Space is open to us now. We go into space.
I've been holding my action. It's time to go.
And we are live. Hello, my name is DM Steve, and we're the Dix in the Dark. And this is our Dungeons & Dragons game, Up, and Away. And if you like D&D and D&D live streams and all that jazz, smash that like button, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and, make a comment in the live chat if you're here, and, in the regular comments if you're watching later. Know that all of that YouTube stuff is done. Dix, how are you? Garrett, what's going on, man?
I'm doing all right. I'm ready to get some info.
Good. That's excellent, because I think I have some for you. If I don't get confused and give you all the wrong info, because, it's happened in the past. My brain doesn't work like a giant mega computer, so we'll see how this goes. And I haven't slept very well, so that should make things even more interesting. Dungeon Dan, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Tired, but present.
All right. We ready for this?
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. I mean, we're missing the usual missers.
So we're really not missing anybody.
So we're ready, not ready, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And Cameron over here with his camera off says that he's a little bit of a mess. Cameron, how are you?
It's been a little hectic recently, but I'm holding on, I'm doing okay. But my appearance today in my room is definitely a little beyond 5-minute fix-up, so
Gotcha.
save the audience from that.
Gotcha. I can tell you right now that that the appearance within the bounds of the camera.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Everything beyond that?
Well, not everything. I'll tell you, I actually recently over here, I can't really show it, but over here, I now have a setup where I have a large old school desk that is large enough to accommodate a CRT that is on top of it, and my Atari 800 XL. And like my Sega Master System and my PC Engine. I have like all my old systems on, so it's like that's right there. And that's actually like pretty clean because I just set that up. So that's pretty cool. But everything else is kind of a wreck. The floor is kind of a wreck, and all that jazz. So I definitely have to do. I understand.
Yeah.
This, because it's like the framing of it is high, it just hides all of the chaos.
Is that the only thing that's high right now? The framing?
No. Not the only thing.
Actually,
that.
Speaking of CRTs, my daughter is in the she's looking for a CRT, I think.
Really?
Yeah? Why?
Yeah. Well, she's got an old school Atari. She actually does not have like one of the newer Ataris that can plug into a modern TV.
Mm-hmm.
She's got her mom's old school Atari.
Oh, okay.
And so we're looking for a CRT at this point. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, if I have two. One of them is supposed to be Harro's, and he was supposed to get it, but never did. At some point, I've got to bring it down to where you guys are, and who knows? I mean, I guess he's got room for it now,
Right.
But I guess they're floating around. It's not like they don't exist. We definitely have them, because one of them is too big. The one that's over here is, I don't know, is that maybe like 18? Like diagonal.
Oh, wow.
It's like maybe
Yeah.
8. So it's like monitor, like old school
Right,
monitor
right.
size. So it's like perfect for like gaming
Mhm.
like that. But then I have one that is like 24 or
See, I don't
25, and
see that
it's
might be
big and
that
it's
might be
heavy because it's a
yeah.
CRT.
See, that might be too big because she's got to have it in her room. You know what I mean? And
Oh yeah, yeah.
her
That
room
one's
is kind of
sweet though
small.
because it has that one has component input, which is
Mm.
nice. It's the best that you could get on
Oh yeah.
CRTs. Country Fried Minis in the chat says instructions unclear. Subscribed to bells. Oh no. Well, I mean, whoever Bells is, I guess they're
Yeah.
probably happy to have your subscription, but
Hmm.
My family.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What is it? Like, subscribe, comment, um,
Share.
share. That's the other one. Yeah, yeah. Those are the things. Um, yeah, ask your friendly neighborhood AI how to do those things if it's unclear, and they
Hmm.
shall give you instructions for the rest of your life.
Oh Jesus.
That's actually
Sorry.
yeah.
Ah,
That's actually not very far off from the truth, as it were.
streaming hand is ready for dicks. Hey, none of that. Uh,
Like
yeah, rules for thee, right?
what they do in their private space.
I mean, this is
If the,
our this is our
if
space, though.
but they're not on camera. That's their private space. If they
No,
want to
but
have
if you're at the table, it's like you're kind of sitting in the corner. You can't be
Mhm.
sitting in the corner with your hand in your pants if everybody else is playing D&D at the table.
Well,
That's
you
like the
know,
kid in one of the algebra classes in high school that took a poop in the corner.
well,
Mm.
that's why they
True
tore that.
story.
Is that why they tore that building down?
And that was actually in your high school, Dan.
Was that in my high
Not in
school?
not in my high school. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
well, you know what?
That had to
I
have been
heard
that
that there
had to have
was
been that had to have been like way after I got out of high school
yeah,
then.
it was. It was. I heard that there was a Duke in my high school too, but your high school definitely had the confirmed Duker. Because he was in mix math
Ah,
class.
okay.
So the story has an origin. Well, it has multiple origins because there are multiple witnesses to
God damn.
the unfortunate incident
Yep.
in the 90s. That's when that happened. Anyway,
I
enough
guess it's
scat talk.
time to play D&D, I guess.
Yes, time to get ready. Do the thing. Do all the things. Um, excuse me. Actually, before we go, I said mention Country Fried Minis. We should say if you like miniatures, painting, all that stuff. Country Fried Minis, friend of the channel. Go over and check out his channel. Uh, good stuff over there. Really fun. And I appear sometimes on the TTRPG Tuesdays. So check that out. That's on Tuesdays, every other. Fun mothership game where I've died 4 times now, I think. Maybe. At least. At least.
I've
The
I've had a hand in that, I think.
the way that this particular game is set up is it's like set up like a video game, so if you die, you respawn at like your base state.
Okay.
So my character has he offed himself the first death. He offed himself because he got some kind of space herpes and his like skin was starting to like schlub off. um I don't even remember the other ones. At one point, he was in a giant ween. Like
He was
there's a
that was
hallway, and I think he exploded or died in there. Maybe,
mm-hmm. No, you
um,
dove into the ween and died in the ween.
maybe I don't know. I can't remember it all.
Hmm.
And then Cameron from Country Fried Minis is gonna make me recap probably, and then I'm not gonna know anything, and that's gonna be evil. But you know, that's just how
Mhm.
it goes sometimes.
Yep.
Maybe he won't pick me.
Well, the other great thing about that game is that if you are in that chat and you give them super chats, at any super chats that you give over $2 basically becomes canon in the game, and you basically control what happens.
Well, no, you have to say that it's canon for it to be canon always, but
That's true.
essentially super chats count as statements from the DM. So
That's true. Yes.
that's how that works. And hey, if you guys can get us monetized, maybe we can do something similar to that. So share and all that YouTube stuff, because we'd like to, you know,
We definitely want to
all
see
that.
DM Steve do push-ups.
No. We're not doing anything like that. But you might want to see DM Steve like squirm to try and like, figure out how to integrate some crazy thing into a game. That could be real fun. Anyways, we should probably
Oh, one
head
last
over.
thing.
Oh yeah.
Once you're
Oh,
on the
yeah.
game screen, that is.
Aha.
It's time. And it is.
is. And what do we got?
Mm.
Ooh, okay. 47. Garrett,
Pretty good. Well,
do
maybe.
you happen to record the vibe in your notes?
I do.
So,
Nice.
Last week it was the 48.
is there any way for you to like make like a
chart.
graph or a chart or some kind of table, a vibe table for that would be interesting to
I haven't
see.
always done it, but I have for the past, I don't know, a couple of months.
I mean, it's
Right.
it's in there.
Recording.
Of course, it's in the recording, and it's at the beginning, so it'd be pretty easy to go back and figure it out. But that might be interesting to see the vibe charted. And the reason I thought of that because I feel like 47 it feels like a common vibe. Like it feels like a vibe we've had before. And obviously, we've played a lot, so
Yeah.
it's wild though. We have you said
No.
we've never gotten a 69.
We've never gotten a
ever.
69. I think in our Halloween episode we hit a 69. No, we had a 1.
A 1. Right. But we haven't. That's wild. How much we've played. It's almost inconceivable.
Yeah.
Like improbable. That's wild.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Right, because it's like, think about it. Because we've been rolling vibe for longer than we've been streaming online. Like longer
Mhm.
than we've been on YouTube or Twitch or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So to
Mhm.
never, because we're in like if you count I think we're in like at the 80s, like the episodes, like we're set to hit like episode 100 like next year sometime, like early next year, I think, depending on how things go for up and away anyway. So that's wild that we haven't rolled
I
a
will do
crit.
that. Since I have time this holidays, yeah, I'll run through and I'll see if I can chart it out.
And actually, I'm looking.
Subscribe for these tables, and we had a whole Excel chart last time.
We
So,
did.
So yeah, D&D for business. I'm telling you, it's Dungeons and Dragons for business.
We did. Well, the other thing is, I'm looking at my my Roll20 chat. Did you did you like forget the vibe and roll it at the end last time or something?
Yeah.
Because there's a vibe of 48. The last vibe is 48, and it's the last thing in the chat.
Yep. Because what did we say? We were gonna edit it back in because it was like a pretty low effort
That's right.
stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
That's right. That's so funny. The beauty of YouTube streams is that they remain as VODs indefinitely. Yeah, that is absolutely the beauty, unlike Twitch, Country Fried Mini says. And that's really nice because when we first started, we were on Twitch and it lasts for like 2 weeks, and we were putting the VODs on YouTube, and I was like busting my ass doing probably way too much editing. There's a point in the videos where if you go back, they're like super edited. Um, so like kind of mid Nova Destiny, so like mid like second season, I think, like right before we started streaming live on YouTube. If you go back to the videos that are right before, so they're not lives, they're just like regular videos. Those ones have like weird little intros and all kinds of goofy shit that I put in them. Do you remember that?
Yeah. And then
I remember it.
and then you started to burn out on it.
I started to burn out
and we
hardcore on it.
And we were just like, no, let's just move over to YouTube.
And Twitch was not getting us, like we didn't really have an audience on Twitch at all. So
No.
yeah, YouTube was the better choice for sure. Well, now that all that has been said, we've got some oop, and ooey. So, last time on our Dungeons and Dragons game, Up, and Away, really far last time, the particular party that you guys are in, and actually, you know what? Before I do anything, do I have the right people? Oh no, I do have the right people.
Yeah, you have the right people.
Jake, Timmy, Kegal, Chud. I do. I just wanted to make sure because it's been a while. So last time, with this particular group, which was months ago in actual time, you may recall they were headed to try and find the Planet of Information. The group on the actual Destiny. They had learned from the wreckage at Pergamenti, where they scavenged a whole load of stuff from the Janky Jankies, that info was, or the key to info was through this Tamaru Nebula. So they journeyed to the nebula, and with this wayfinder that Kegal had to build using the Janky Jankies instructions that were left behind, the party had to navigate successfully through an asteroid field, which they did. They saw all kinds of interesting and very bizarre things. For example, the space vag, and
yeah.
the space
Hornets.
Space Hornets, as you can see there. So they fought through all that crazy stuff, finally reaching the middle of the asteroid field. There was a planet, and they touched down on that planet. There was only a single structure. It was completely dead, like a dead moon. And there was a single structure and a single figure. The characters, Sid, Jake, Timmy, Kegal, Chud. Is anyone else with you? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Except
I
for
don't think so either.
the Destiny people.
The Destiny, but the Destiny is still outside of the asteroid field. So they're still kind of hanging in the nebula at the moment. But on the planet, Sid, Jake, Timmy, Kegal, and Chud, they see this kind of plain building, and kind of a silhouette of a figure standing in front of it. You have landed your ships, which I believe you're flying the Albatross and a Striker. Yeah, I think. It's
Sounds
been a
right.
really long
It's been a
time,
really long
guys.
time.
It can't be the Lucasic because Lore and Anya took the Lucasi.
I think
It
you're right. I
can't
think
be
it's
the Explorer
it's
because
the
the
Albatross.
Explorer is with the other party that went to Dart. That was in the last several episodes. It was a different party. So if you're a little bit confused about that, those people are lounging on a beach right now. At the moment after completing their mission, getting the Ganger 3, and a bonus of 2 ancient blue mechs. So they're chilling on Tahoe 8 right at the moment. Many, many millions of light years away or whatever. Well, maybe not that millions of light years, but light years and light years away. Very far. So, you have disembarked. You're kind of wearing your spacesuits, right? And you can see that there is this building, and it just looks kind of like a square, almost like a. To your eyes, it almost looks like a keep, just like a perfectly square keep, kind of jutting out from this barren landscape. And in front of it, you see a figure that, from your perspective, is kind of in the shadow of this large structure. And I don't remember exactly how far away you landed, but we're just gonna say you're, I don't know, 300 yards away.
Okay. And we have the equipment to disembark and everything.
Yeah. In fact, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, it's been a really long time. I think when we ended, this is literally the scene. You had gotten out of your ships. I'm pretty sure you were in your space gear, and you had gotten out of the ships, and you were kind of trying to check out what the heck was going on, but you hadn't walked forward. You had nothing. You
I
just kind of,
I
there was a
feel like I
building and a guy.
remember. Yeah, I feel like I remember us approaching the structure, and then a guy came out and he's like, "Come, come inside and join me." You know?
Oh, maybe he did. Maybe there was a little bit of interaction, but let's rewind a little bit since it has been so long. That way you can get kind of a proper little introduction. So yeah, we'll just say that you guys are you're walking towards, you're approaching the structure.
Do we have our weapons out or not?
That's up to you.
I don't remember if we did or not.
Well, that's why I'm saying you just disembarked from your ships. You have begun to walk towards. So are you taking your weapons out? Is anybody taking their weapons out or anything else?
I think that
I've always got my weapons with me.
I don't think that Jake is gonna pull his weapon, but I think he is gonna reach down and he's going to unfasten his harness.
Okay,
Or
okay.
like the little weapon, the harness on the holster. So
Right,
that
right. You unbuckle the little buckles so that
yes. Mm-hmm.
he can quickly,
Yeah, so he can quick draw,
pull
yeah.
out his firearm. Yeah, I understand. I
Yeah.
understand. Now for Timmy, you said he always has his weapon on him, but his weapon is big. So is it like on his back, or is he like carrying it like, you know?
Isn't Solus a part of this group, or am I mistaken?
You're mistaken. Solus is on the beach with Guthix and the other folks. Because
Yep,
remember,
yep,
Solus piloted the blue mech.
yeah.
That's again. It's
Okay.
been so long. We're all the way back
Yeah, a
with
little bit. Okay.
right.
Yeah,
So
more so as a
Right.
joke because Tholis is obviously a mystic, and he always
right.
has.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You
But
were saying my weapons
oh
are
yeah,
always with me.
yeah, I got my guns right here.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, Timmy probably will not bring his weapon, because he's in a spacesuit and his weapon is fucking huge
Yeah,
compared to him.
right. That's what I was asking. Is like, is he carrying this big ass gun?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Under those circumstances, so.
Right. Sid, his
He's holding his tongue.
weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also always pretty much has his weapons
Right.
on him, and I mean, Chud, I don't think was able to bring heroes for
No.
this one. Bec Yeah, so Chud is like practically naked. He's just standing back in the back, just feeling uncomfortable without his horsey. Um, the surveillance wizard says he is unbuckling his pants for his weapon. I mean, you don't know Timmy
Sounds about.
Tinkle.
Yeah,
Mhm. See, back
I
in the
think he does.
military,
If he,
there was a saying back in the
Oh, this
military.
is my weapon. This is my gun.
One is for one is for pleasure. Or one is for killing, the other's for fun.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
A deadly weapon. That is right. Country Fried Minis.
What
Mm,
what I don't think
both of
we
them.
asked. Um,
Hmm.
what kind of gravity is on this planet?
It seems to be roughly about what you're used to.
Okay.
So you're not you're not having any floaties or anything like that. It seems to be you're not feeling too heavy or anything.
No floaties.
It's roughly like the
What?
moon floaties, like the
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking
Boy,
about. I haven't slept.
boy. Science, people, science.
Mhm. Yeah, gravity, we're going to say it's normal for what you're used to.
Okay. We've also got Kegal, by the way.
Yes, Kegal, that's right. Kegal is probably doing something real weird, like hiding behind somebody, or if I'm not mistaken, Kegal was in the striker with Jake,
Hmm.
I think.
oh, yeah, that's right.
Right,
Yes.
right,
That should
because
say
we
everything you need.
remarked that Kegal keeps getting like stuck with the tungstens.
Hmm.
She keeps getting like
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Or
Floaties like in your eye?
maybe even being stuck by the tungstens. You never know.
Oh, no. Jay confirmed before his hiatus that Kegal is a lesbian.
Ah, okay.
That was his official thing that he had said
I see.
at some point. Now it's JT, and you know, so that could change at any moment. But at least for now, I'm taking that as the canon Kegal sexuality.
Gotcha.
So
Actually,
so
we could put Kegal and Timmy in the same spacesuit, and they'd be like they'd be almost normal size.
Wait,
yeah, but who would
we've
get
got
to
to
be
do
the
the trench coat joke at some point.
who would get to be the top and who would get to be the bottom though?
Ooh, depends on the situation.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I think if it's Jay, he's always going to be the top.
If you need, because doesn't Kegal have like cleavage? Like if you need
Yeah,
cleavage,
yeah.
then you get Kegal on top. If you
Or if you
need,
need big balls, you got.
Oh God.
It works out.
Definitely works out. Talking about topic. We're not talking about that. I feel like No. I was like, did something like that happen in Space Whale? But no, it couldn't have, because Timmy was like, he was full size and purple
Yeah,
Mhm.
during the Space
yeah,
Whale epic.
he was
So
using stilts, I believe.
yeah, Kegal was doing all kinds of weird stuff. Yes. So anyway, you are walking towards I guess I'm assuming people have some Maltese or whatever.
Yeah.
Are you like scanning, or is anybody doing anything?
Yes, it will. Is there a way to see if there's like life forms? Is there like biotic or life here?
Mhm. Um you do a little bit of a scan, and at the moment, other than yourselves, the only life that you're picking up is the individual that's over at this building. So it's literally what, the five of you plus him on this world, which is planet size. I mean, it's huge, but according to your scans, there's like nothing else on here.
I think it's just him. I don't see anyone else here.
What is he? What species?
You can't tell that. He's some kind of humanoid, clearly. Or it. You don't know. He, it.
Um,
Are you walking as you're doing all this? Are you continuing to walk? And at what pace are you going?
Sid's definitely not taking the lead, but if we're walking, I will definitely follow.
I would say
I pretty
Jake
much
is
agree.
Jake is probably in the lead. So he's Jake is walking normally.
Hmm.
So whatever his normal stride.
Right. Okay. Which he's a tall guy, so it's probably
Hmm.
big. He probably takes big strides. But if he's just walking normally, okay. What about Timmy?
Yeah, Timmy is
Running
you know
at this point.
well, to catch up for sure. Uh,
Right.
yeah, he's pretty much just following behind. He was kind of just idly checking his scanner, um, seeing the same things that the other people were. It's just us, the structure.
Okay. So
Um,
you
is
so
there a way to
Jake.
see
Mhm.
like what is there like something inside the planet? Like, is there a depth scan, or is it just like a building on the planet and that's literally it? A hidden
Yeah,
Death
you're
Star.
it's weird. You're not getting readings from inside the planet, which
Okay.
is unusual.
Okay.
So Jake's kind of walking forward, you
Oh,
know.
we did establish that. I guess because we're in our spacesuits, that there is no air.
Actually, there, I believe when you were coming down that you did scan an atmosphere, but I think you put your spacesuits on because you're like walking at, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, just
it
for
doesn't look like there would be an atmosphere. You're
right.
scanning an atmosphere, like you're reading one, but you're like, maybe keep the bubbles on so that so that we don't die instantly.
Gotcha.
Nathan says, I'm liking this space map. Thank you. This is a map of the sector. Um,
Cube.
Pretty neat.
Swear to God, I thought you were going to say this is a map of space.
It is a map. It is a map of space. I made this map of space. It was a challenging map to make just because it's a 2D, I say this a lot, a 2D representation of three-dimensional space. Can you explain it a little? Um, I can kind of explain a bit of it. Dungeon Dan is just
I'm still here. I
just
just
going out of here.
yeah.
So the map is their journey and their potential journey. So as you can see, this is home, which is their little ring world that they come from. And this kind of line here is the travel of the destiny. Now, this map was created a little while ago, so the destiny's not actually in this spot anymore. I gotta do some updating. Zwariawandi, this system here was the location of the other party, the previous weeks that we have done, where that party was, if you recall, escaping that spaceport with the mechs. That all took place right here. And the current party is actually somewhere out here in a nebula that is unmarked at the moment. Um, but the old Sin space, the Sin are like the bad guys. They kind of control this whole spot now, but everything below this was already theirs. Everything above this is kind of theirs now, but used to belong to Auron, who are the kind of the good people. If you think of it like Voltron, Auron is like the planet Aurus, and the Sin are like the planet Doom. So yeah, basically like that. How to social engineer a lore dump 101 with Nathan tonight at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. On CFNBC Live. Country Fried Nathan Broadcasting Company? Yeah, I guess that's what that would be, huh?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, I tried to give as much little bit there as possible, but if you're liking lore, and you should, then like this this stream, like all that stuff. What am I saying?
Like that?
You're saying like a
Like,
lot.
A
subscribe,
lot.
comment, hit the bell.
Because this is kind of a lore episode.
It definitely
Not
is, yeah.
not lore the evil prince that is cloned, LORR, but lore LORE, meaning all the stuffs behind the game. Yeah, and not a data episode. Yeah, it's a not a lore and data. Not a data episode, a lore episode. Yes. Yeah, it's cool. I like how the geopolitics is sandwiched because space isn't flat. Yes, space is not flat, in fact. Even though some planets may be, space most certainly not. So, in this universe, is neat. So you're walking towards this guy, scanning the planet. You're not getting any readings from inside. You're not getting any other life. And then all of a sudden,
He starts blasting.
yeah, he starts. You see, he kind of puts up his arms, and like two arms come up, and then like two more arms come up, two more, another set, and then a third set of two arms comes up for 6 in total. And then with his 6 hands, he kind of does a like motion, like come here with the bottom ones, and then with like one of the top ones, he's kind of going like this.
So he's an arachnid.
You're not sure. You
Well,
got to get a little bit closer in order to
6 hands and 2 legs.
Yeah, 6 hands, 2 legs.
6 hands, 2 legs.
Actually, so does Jake recognize this species?
Make an intelligence check.
Jake isn't that smart.
I mean, he's not pink, right? It's not a janky.
But actually, Jake is. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're thinking because of the situation that this guy is probably a Guts Oni.
Ah, okay.
And that actually does become confirmed for you when you get just close enough to see this guy, and
Wow.
he's kind of waving you forward. Oh, come on! And he's not wearing a suit at all. He's just like, bare. He's as he is. No, he doesn't even have shoes on.
Wait a
Dude's just he's
So you
I
couldn't
like
get
him.
AI.
He's
You
violent.
couldn't get AI to do that
to do what?
to make him naked.
Why would I
You-
want to
you
make him
want him?
naked?
But you just said he wasn't wearing a suit.
No, I said he doesn't have shoes on.
Ah.
Dan, what are you talking about?
Dan's having some Freudian slippage over here.
Dan is
No, you did say he doesn't have a suit on.
I said he doesn't have shoes on.
Oh.
Oh no, when I said he doesn't have a suit on, I meant he doesn't have a
Spacesuit on.
Spacesuit.
spacesuit on.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
No, I'm telling you that
no.
is a specific detail, not as he doesn't have a
The
suit.
picture has a jacket and tie.
Right, a
He
suit.
literally has a suit on.
He I meant a spacesuit. Sorry. He does have like a lab coat and like a little
Okay,
tie and like a little
okay.
thing. Like he appears basically as he appears here. But he doesn't have a space suit on. And he's kind of waving you forward, and you can even kind of hear him. And he's like, come on, hey, come on, hello.
Oi! What? Are you you the ruler of this place? Are we in the right place?
I think you are. I've been waiting for you, you know.
Oh God.
Well,
It's a giant six-armed Timmy.
Well, my name is Professor Hexagon Viscotti Body.
Of course it is.
Okay. I need you to remember that and say it
Hexagon.
several times
bless
throughout
you.
this episode.
I mean, I will. If you want me to. Here, I'll even put it in chat. There it is. Hexagon Viscotti Potty. And I've been waiting for you.
what? Why you been waiting for us?
Well,
What do you want from us?
what do I want from you? In fact, I think you want something from us.
Us?
Yes. You are looking for the planet of information, are you not?
That's right. We are.
No. We're not.
If this
Well,
really
I
is the
guess-
planet of info,
Guess
you
that
already
means
know.
we're in the right place then.
yes. We've been monitoring you closely. Come in. And he gestures behind him, and it kind of like opens up, and it looks like it's kind of like like a large elevator or lift, something like that.
Well, I mean, considering what it took for us to get here and he was expecting us, it's probably fine.
The door opens. There's a giant purple dick in there because
Yeah.
because because somebody decided to cast illusion.
Mm-hmm. Kegal, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People.
That's likely.
Mhm.
That's likely. Actually, everybody gets into this elevator thing, and the Professor Hexagon, kind of closes the door and goes shh, and it goes like an elevator, and then all of a sudden everybody starts to smell this awful, awful, awful smell.
A little sulfurous, maybe.
Little
Mhm.
sulfurous, you know.
Yep.
Kegal letting off those nasty stank bombs in enclosed areas.
Oh, let me. I'm gonna roll a Constitution check real quick for Sin, just to see what it would do.
Oh, he's not gonna do well, is what he's gonna do.
uh yeah, Sid is starting to feel a little unwell, maybe a little nauseated.
Sid might just like throw up a little bit in the corner, and look away from everyone.
Sid's, Sid's like "Bleh, bleh." Wait, sleep farts. I'm not sure I understood that. Anyway, so as you're going down into the planet, you see that the walls of this lift that you're in become clear, and you can see there's all kinds of machinery and computers, and that in fact you're not in some dead moon like world at all, but you're in some large technological spheroid. It seems to be completely manufactured. Uh, you find yourself thinking it's a good thing Guthix isn't here, because this would be like practically torture for him.
Yeah.
Because there's like nothing. There's like no. It's very weird. You see.
On the other hand, Timmy's all about it.
Oh yeah,
It's fully functioning Death Star.
yes. You see, many very pink Gutsoni in various mutated configurations with all manners of multiple arms and heads and butts and stuff, all working variously. But you also see all kinds of uh, automatons, various what you've known to be called robots, working, kind of buzzing around, flying around, and the place is massive. You can see the center because a large part of it is hollow, and there are kind of like these layers. And the center looks like a massive glowing, almost like a miniature sun encased in kind of like a bubble.
The Dyson sphere.
Oh, this is fucking cool! How do we make this? I want one of these.
I'm glad you like it. Welcome to Info, the planet of information.
So,
The Destiny's orbiting this, right?
No, the Destiny is is currently in an orbit outside of the asteroid field in the nebula,
Ah, okay.
kind of in the dark.
Okay.
Because once you kind of didn't have communication with them, you were kind of communication with them. You were kind of struggling a little bit
Okay.
within the nebula. It's shaky.
So, Mr. Hexagon, was it? Did you make all this?
My ancestors did.
So
It's,
what's? Sorry, go ahead.
The rumors
it's
are it's a very
mighty
old
impressive.
place.
Thank you. Uh, as you can see, we have the largest computer that we know of, possibly in the galaxy. For millennia, my ancestors have been collecting data. This is what you would call a very big library. Always up to date. Ah,
So you've been collecting data, but if it's the planet of information, you know everything. How does that work?
well, it's not that we know everything. You see, the way that info works is there are many data networks throughout this sector and others. Proprietary networks, tertiary networks connected, but separate. It means that information often has problems keeping its continuity and traveling long distances when you're talking about the distances between stars. So, we send out feelers, arms to reach and see and hear.
Like AOL with CDs.
You mean coasters? And we gather and collect and collate that information as a record of the sector and beyond if possible.
Huh. Okay, cool. So you're just gonna tell us what we need to know then? You don't need anything from us.
Well, we've been following you. You see, things have become a problem with instability in the sector, which has resulted in our current situation where we must remain hidden. You see, the Sin are big on propaganda and information control. To have us, this planet, under the control of them would destroy everything that my forefathers have worked for thousands of years.
So basically, you're helping us because we're opposed to the sin, and we're gonna help keep them away from here. Is that right?
Well, something like that. Here, step into my office. And the door kind of opens, and you kind of come out onto this floor. He walks out onto a floor again, surrounding by lights and buzzing and sounds and like all kinds of, all kinds of the things. The bleep 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 bleep, you hear like, there's like buzzing, there's all kinds of like, you know, doors opening and closing. There's like all kinds of like weird stuff. You just like, you know, you just you just all kinds of things going on.
Oh.
Okay. We're there, are we? Are we there? We're there, huh?
He's been spying on me in the shower, says Surveillance Wizard. Funny from somebody called Surveillance Wizard.
Yes.
Who's spying on who in the shower? I
Ooh.
don't know.
I always feel like
Somebody's
somebody's watching me.
me.
Oh
Right
my
then.
goodness. Rock and roll. So, you go into the guy's office and he says, because we've been collecting information, we've been watching your journey. There aren't many others who are doing things that you are doing. Most have given up. But you have successfully collected 3 Gengar machines.
Oh, wait a minute. You mean
3?
they succeeded? My little brother succeeded?
Ah, yes. Good news from the front. And he kind of does a little thing in the air, and you get a little hologram, and you see your friends. You see Solus. You kind of this grainy security footage of Solus like dashes down a hallway and like punches some guy in the face. Like you see these officers in this like white gear with these guns. The Solus like punches one guy in the face, like kicks another guy in the stomach, and they like fall over. And then there's like, it cuts to another like security footage of them running into the ships and the all of the chaos in the hangar. Then of course you get some footage of some space battle outside. So you see the Explorer, which you recognize, of course.
Hey, wait. Was that Fizz?
Ah, yes. You have also recovered the pilot of this Gengar machine, number 3. Yeah, you see Fizz looking all buff, cigarette hanging out of his mouth. You didn't even know that he was all weak because that was
Right.
on there's no footage on Dart, Planet of Exile, because no tech down there, or at least not except for those mechs that you brought back. So you see these mechs flying.
I'll tell you
Probably a
what.
little bit of footage of Solus getting like sucked up into the anus of the mech. Some
Oh.
Yeah.
later footage of like one of those ships flying and like Solus's mech like punching off the wing and the ship like flying into space and exploding.
Yeah. So you know, it's tungstens, man. We don't do anything quietly.
Oh no, you don't. And then he plays a supercut of Drake like falling over and like missing and like blowing up his gun and all.
Failing to hit on women and
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
That's my little brother.
Hmm.
Yep, that all seems about par for the course. All right, nice. We got the Genga 3.
Yeah, so we here at the Planet of Info support your efforts. Also, though I am a man of science, I would like to say I hope you get revenge on those bastards for destroying all of what our kin had built at Pergamenti.
That was sad.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. We kind of tore that place apart, as you probably saw. But
We're aware of your looting efforts, but it's okay. Those folks weren't going to need that equipment anymore anyway, and we're happy it's going to a cause.
so
So, we have many facilities here.
Do you
We,
have communications?
of course.
That's good. We should contact your friends, Timmy. Tell them to come on in. They'll be safe in here.
my friends, what are you talking about?
Oh, are you speaking about the ship just outside the asteroid field in the nebula? Correct?
That's right.
Yes. We can give them coordinates to allow them safe passage through the asteroid field without the difficulties that you may have encountered.
That'd be much appreciated.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's a good Jake voice. I like it. It's tungsteny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to contact the Destiny, then yes, they put you in contact with the Destiny.
Hello, come in. This is Timmy Tinkle.
Ah, yes, Timmy, this is Astra.
Astra, we found the planet of information and are contacting you from it. And things are looking good. Here are the coordinates to come and find us.
Ah, yes, I've received them. Um,
Right.
okay.
Is there any I guess since we're here, anything that you need to ask or us to research while we're here?
Well, let's worry about getting the ship over there, and then maybe we can ask ourselves.
Right. All right. See you here.
All right. Destiny out.
I need to do something here. See. Fools with the controls. This is Jake Tungsten calling for Viz Frazenbazer.
Oh,
Fizz,
What
press
the
the message.
hell?
Fizz, is that you?
Joy Tungsten? Jake, what are you doing there?
Well, little brother,
Brother?
brother, brother.
No, that's the king.
What?
That's King Daniels.
Oh,
Don't you remember what King Daniels looks like? He looks like Hulk Hogan.
that's right. That's right. He does look like that. So Jake relays the information to them and lets them know. He gives them the coordinates if they want to come, and I'm assuming that they tell him their plans.
Well,
Where are they at this point?
I mean, they're at this point they're on the beach.
Okay, so the plan. Okay, so they're I guess they're are they still in
Because they had just kind of made a plan, but you hadn't executed it yet.
Okay, so are they still in discussions about their plans?
That's where we left off with them. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of assume that
They're
that
having
was.
mimosas. They're kicking back on.
Yeah, they were,
chairs.
they were
Yeah,
kind of
okay.
relaxing while they were having their discussion, trying to figure
Okay.
out what was going on. So, yeah,
Okay.
that's basically what they're doing. They're chilling,
Okay.
having mimosas on the beach. And by them, I mean you guys, other characters.
Yes,
So
I know.
obviously,
Yes.
obviously Drake is probably like, "Hey guys, on the comm, everybody." So like just turns
Yeah.
it on so that literally anybody can talk.
Right.
So basically Solus,
Mm-hmm.
Guthix, Thiwar, Mary, any of the
So
peoples, Jizz
I
Jizz
mhm.
Whiskas if he wants to chime in.
I would say
Who?
all the information is exchanged as to what's been going on,
Yeah, that would make sense.
and then that way the people on the beach now know when we get back to them, they'll have a better idea of what kind of plan to make.
Gotcha. So then is the relayed message, "Hey, we're at info, come here."
Yes.
Okay.
And the relayed message back is going to be, we're on the beach. We haven't decided where we're going next. We might go try to help Argyle.
Yeah.
Yes.
We,
Wasn't
we,
that our primary
we,
plan was to go to Argyle?
we might go to help Argyle. We might go try to find Anya. We don't know yet. We're debating.
I thought Anya was on some express and was going like way faster than we could ever catch.
I don't think she's going faster. She's just going in a different direction.
She's going pretty fast.
It was something express, wasn't it? But
Yeah, the Starlight Express.
Yeah.
She's on the Starlight Express. The problem is she's kind of far. And she's headed. If you're actually, we'll go back to that cool map. Where is it?
Far.
Near? Yeah, exactly.
Wherever you are.
So Anya and Lore are like headed like out like this way.
Mm-hmm.
They're like headed like where's the little
The opposite direction that we're going, actually.
Yeah,
Almost.
yeah.
Like over here, right?
Like over because they would have left from right here. So like basically like out this way essentially. You guys can see that, right?
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
lot of light years.
That's fucking far. We're never catching Anya.
These light year these are not accurate
Not
measurements.
scale.
Yeah, this is not to scale. I could
No.
probably kind of make it a little bit better, but it's never gonna be quite to scale because of the way that it's like, the way that the map is actually put together. So no, those are I just picked a really big number so that it would look really impressive when you did that. But
1 trillion light years away.
That's
But-
impossible.
but no, in fact, it's only like between like here and here is actually only like 10 light years or something like that. It's like not even that super far. So, because this is a star dense area of space.
Gotcha.
Yes. So yeah. So that is where everyone is. The other thing that you may want to kind of relate is like, hey, we're at info now, so we might have eventually have some new information, or if you guys need information to make your choice, we're here.
I would say
Okay.
that we on the beach
Hmm.
would at some point in the very, very near future send a packet of questions. Since we are yeah,
Right.
we can send a little digital packet of questions.
A little digital packet of questions, just a little
Actually-
questionnaire.
Actually, before all this happens, Jake actually has a question.
Okay.
And I know this is out of order because he probably wouldn't have done this until he asked the question.
Wait, what?
He probably wouldn't have made the call until he got the answer to the question.
Oh, I see what you're saying. He probably would have figured this out for. That's fine. Okay. Well, what's the question? Because
The
I mean,
question-
the call
question
is fluid, obviously.
So,
Ew.
ew. If you're gathering all this information and you're got tendrils out there and you're reaching out and you can communicate, how do they not know where you are? How can they not track your communications?
We have this very, very intense security that protects our reaching arms and eyes.
Oh, you got a firewall.
Super duper firewall.
PLS encryption magic.
That's that 3.0 encryption there.
Yes.
So the next
10
question,
Zark 10 encryption with a Nebula 4 firewall.
so that being said, is that something that we can install on the Destiny? Or on the Gengars? So they can't find us when we leave?
Unfortunately, the power
You have
that
no
it takes to run this sort of a
Unlimited
setup. Takes to run this sort of a setup. See, I'm going for a cross between
I mean, you
Pa-
coming out sounded just like Palpatine, though.
I'm
It's
going
just-
for a cross between Palpatine and Jimmy Stewart.
Okay, so there's no Jimmy Stewart coming through. It's all
There's no Jimmy
all
Stewart
Palpatine.
at all. I'm trying to put a little Jimmy
No.
Stewart in there.
There might be like a tiny little
it's
bit
a
of Jimmy
hard
Stewart.
it's a hard one to do.
Okay, now I'm picturing Jimmy Stewart as the Emperor. Like you see, I've got Darth Vader here, and he's a rabbit. You know, it's a wonderful
So,
thing.
Show.
Army.
Yeah, you know, I'm like I don't know.
Yeah,
What does chat
I get-
think? Am I skating the line between Palpatine and Jimmy Stewart pretty well, or I know I'm going
let me-
one way or the other. I dip
let's ask
into
the
one or
chat.
the other too hard.
Does anybody in the chat know who Jimmy Stewart is? I asked the chat
Oh
if
my
anybody
goodness.
if anybody knew who Jimmy Stewart actually was.
I heard.
Yeah.
Oh. Skate the line.
You have to be super nice while being super evil. Yes, with your Jimmy Stewart and Palpatine.
Yeah,
Super nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I for some reason I picked this voice. I'm not really sure why, but why do I do anything that I do?
Yeah.
You after like 30, 40 years of dungeon mastering, you like, you know, you start to like you start to run out of voices. You start to just kind of mash some crazy shit together to try and figure some, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know.
Anyway,
It's
Once
entertaining nonetheless.
yeah, once Nova comes out of a coma, I'm gonna have to try and
yeah.
watch some old Bond or something to get
Hunt for Red October.
right.
Hmm.
So, oh my goodness.
So he was telling us about the power, I guess.
Yeah. So power. Yeah, it's basically he points to the thing in the center which looks like the sun, and he's like, "Yeah, you got to have one of those in
Ah,
order to have a setup like this." So, yeah, no dice on that, unfortunately.
so Timmy. So before we
Timmy!
Steal the sun before we leave.
we got to steal that thing.
Yeah.
Everybody on
Uh-huh.
Steal the sun.
Everybody's thinking the same thing. Kegal is already like trying to figure out how to get over there, how to float over. Oh, yes. So, yes, no, that would not be possible.
Eagle just hides it in her vagina.
Yeah. Actually, that actually reminds me. What's wrong with the captain? Why is he not coming out of his coma yet?
Well, that's news to me. Your captain is in a coma?
Oh yeah. Do you know what happened with our ship? Do your great computer son reaches you know about that?
It depends. Perhaps you should enlighten me.
Well, basically, and then Timmy rehashes it because I don't feel like rehashing all everything that
Yeah.
happened.
So so we went down, we did this race, and while we were down on the planet, the clone lore. So when you say that, the professor goes, he goes, clone lore, and he. So it turns out that you have information to give to them as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, because basically the way that he puts it, he kind of tries to explain it to you in a little bit more lay terms, but the way that he puts it is all the information in info is public info. It's information from public networks, um, taken from all across the sector, or private networks that they're able to gain
Get in.
access to. But
Yeah.
basically the information has essentially got to be out there in the ether for them to collect it. So a lot of the things that happen on your ship were never broadcasts beyond your ship. Like if there was no communication about any of that stuff, nobody would know.
Sure.
So yeah, there's a ton of stuff about what happened on the ship. When you tell him that you have this data from this derelict ship where the clone of Lore and the clone of the king came from, they're very interested in that data. not only, obviously you want that data unencrypted and to be able to look at it, but they're like, oh, he's like, oh, yeah, that's great. We need that. Like anything. So, yes. So it turns out that there is information from the Destiny and from various sources that you collected that you can provide them information, and they knew that because obviously
Oh,
info is precious, and everybody's got a little bit of it.
also, we have when the Destiny gets here, we've got a stolen Sin ship.
Ah, interesting. Well, that might yield some, well, good things as well. The Destiny is here, by the way, and you see Astra and Will
Hey,
have
what's Tiberius?
have joined you down in the bowels of the planet of information.
Good, good. What we heard a little bit about it from Guthix when we just talked to him, but what's going on with Argyle? What's happening back on old Fro 13515P?
It's been so long. It's been so long. What did we call our planet?
You and me both, Dan. I cannot
Home
remember
world.
what we called our
What
home
was-
world.
You lived on your planet, so you didn't really have a name. Like, it was just like the world.
Are you sure? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we live on this planet. We have a name for it. If you
I
live
don't know
on
if I believe that.
if you live on Toril, you call the world Toril.
Yeah,
Dude-
I swear that it had a name because
I-
it had the
yeah,
whole
we-
world map from like the known world.
There's a name, and I
Well-
think we had the name.
Well, no, there are names. Like, the thing is you remember most of your characters had like your world was very like you're from this war. Like, Argyle is not thinking like, oh, I live on a planet and the planet is called this. Argyle's like, I'm from the town of Plockton
Okay.
up north. Right?
Maybe it was the continent. What was the continent called?
Renoa
It,
Nova?
it depends on who you ask. If you
Yeah.
ask the humans, the continent is called Renoa Nova.
Okay. So maybe that's what we were thinking of, Cameron.
That's probably what you're thinking of, because technically the Empire is called Renoa Nova. But the Empire is not even the whole continent, because obviously there's a lot of other stuff on the continent. It's people are not concerned, because remember, your continent, when you were on your world, you weren't even sure that there was anything beyond your continent.
So maybe you would have actually said Fro 13515P. Because that's what you know it as, because that's what everybody's told you it was.
Right. At this point, yes.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
that is what you would say. Because that is what you know it as, because that's the designation that Frobos has it under.
Okay.
Now, if there's another name for it, which there may be, you haven't asked that yet. But as far as you know, yeah, it's called home, or Fro 13515P.
Duncan?
Donuts?
Yeah, is it Duncan? Is that
Is
what it is?
it? It's a Dunkin' Donut. Welcome. All right. So, yes, yeah. So that is the case. As far as Argyle, nobody has had any contact with Argyle, And Argyle, as far as you can tell, his comms are turned off. You believe that he is traveling through hyperspace. He's not he's not taking calls at this moment.
I
He
would think that Astra at least would ask what the status of the homeworld is.
Well, I mean, they've been kind of already monitoring that. Cuz that's essentially been on the news.
Oh, okay.
So it's like they've kind of already been, monitoring the status. Obviously, she's going to want a little bit more information on the status. But yeah, as far as the question about Argyle though, everyone assumes that he's still in travel, which would make sense for the ship that he's flying in. So they just assume that he's got comms shut off and you know he's he's somewhere out here. He's somewhere in between. He's getting there though.
Ground control to Major.
Once your man gets over to the planet and returns to real space, then we should be able to get some information on his location. I was like also thinking a little Froggy too. So it
Well,
was like
yeah.
Palpatine, Jimmy Stewart, Froggy, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So, all right. So, Professor Hexagon Viscotti Poddy tells you that our facilities are at your convenience. We can analyze data. We can try and crack protections. We can answer possible questions about things going on in the sector, histories, various things that you might need to know. Obviously, you are from a world where you have a severe disadvantage when it comes to information.
Maybe they are.
True. So, anything that I can help you with?
Let's get rid of the the two that aren't here first. So Kegal, I would assume that Kegal is going to want to get she's going to want to get more information because doesn't she have got what kind of lab she's got on the Destiny now? Isn't she the
Yeah, so Kegel, her big thing is right now she was put in charge of the crafting lab. Basically, all of the stuff that you guys looted from Pergamenti, you use to set up a lab on the Destiny that you can, when you get materials, like obviously you've already started collecting some various materials, you'll be able to use those materials in DM Steve's proprietary crafting system to create anything from weapons to armor to ships to mechs to anything that your wildest dreams could come up with. So likely Kegel is
just she's going to study.
she's probably trying to get some some information about that stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
I would say
Yeah.
Chud.
Did I just take us off the screen? I did. Whoops.
I would say that Chud wants to. Chud's all about the training.
Yeah. Also, Chud. Yeah, I was gonna say same with Chud. Chud is probably not interested in any kind of information unless he can can have like some virtual enemies.
How do I get bigger gains, bro?
Yeah, basically. He's looking up like creatine powder and
Oh, wow.
Humans can subsist on meat only? Carnivore diet. What's this?
Horse meat? Hmm.
Chud has discovered the Galactic Jogan podcast, and now he's listening to that. He's like getting all the Jogan.
I gotta say, the last 2 weeks, I've actually been kind of watching, not live, but I've been watching like clips.
Oh, Rogan clips. Yeah, I watch some Joe
Rogan
Rogan
stuff.
sometimes, depending on who he's got on. Yeah, sometimes
I've been watching a lot more about Alien.
That's what I was gonna say. Anytime he's got what's that guy's name? Graham Hancock is like one of the big alien guys. Yeah.
Graham Hancock.
Anytime they're talking about aliens
George
or
Norrie,
cryptids or any like ancient civilizations, those are the fun ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
those are the best ones.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so those two out of the way. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
What kind of from everything you got here, what kind of knowledge do you have that'll help us against the sin?
Well, there are all kinds of pieces of knowledge to help you against the sin. Unfortunately, the sin are quite guarded with their information. They also put out a lot of disinformation. So, sorting through all that can be quite difficult and cumbersome.
But
However,
like we do have one of their ships. That might help.
it is possible. And their ship is a Sin Intelligence Organization vessel. Oh, that could be very helpful. We could analyze the data on that ship. I am sure it's encrypted and might take a while. But something like that could be of great value to you.
You mean there's a Walmart here?
Sam's downstairs.
God,
Info
they're
has everything.
They're everywhere.
And like some nice, chunky Campbell soup. Yeah.
Actually, Jake wants a real shower. Like I'm sure there's facilities on the Destiny.
No, there's the Destiny has
fresh
water.
Yeah,
the
that's
Destiny
the thing about
has
Infinite.
continuous fresh water. That you get good showers on the Destiny.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
better than any other ship anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Because
okay.
remember, the Destiny has an artifact in it that is it's like I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's basically a big vat of water that
Okay.
that continues to stay fresh. And because it's from the original airship Destiny that had enchantments, anything that Matt could keep, Matt kept. And he was like, fresh water is like, that's unlimited fresh water is amazing. So basically, he just figured out how to pump the fresh water to everywhere on the ship. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In fact, that's even how you're like your drink thing isn't a replicator technically. Like your drink thing from like the very beginning when they were making all those drinks. It's technically a system that just takes all of the stuff that you already have to
And mixes it.
create.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, to create a
Okay.
drink. So the Destiny is it's like it's rigged with all kinds of things because remember it's a it's seconds. Everything in the Destiny is seconds. Everything in all your ships are seconds. They were built by Matt.
Speaking of,
So hot
think-
showers on the Destiny.
I think Matt would be very interested to find out because Matt has been keeping secrets. Matt's going to want to know. Matt's going to want to know who's looking for him. How close have they been? What are they saying about him on the open airwaves? Things like that.
Yeah, if anybody brings up Matt, Astra and Will tell you that Matt's finishing some stuff up on the Destiny, but he does plan to come down. In fact, he's planning on bringing the Sin ship and anything else that's on the Destiny that needs, because obviously, if you're going to analyze the Sin ship, you got to bring the Sin ship to
So that being
down.
said,
So that's what they're doing.
with the Sin ship, I think the two main things that we need to bring down are Captain Nova and the automaton.
Okay. So those things are smart. All right. So you bring, you have a little bit of this discussion, and you bring the Sin ship, the one that Argyle recovered from Ascredo during the raid. Oh, excuse me. I'm like hiccuping now. The one that Argyle recovered from from Ascredo during the race after he left the others with the clowns. So you bring that, and they begin to try and start analyzing that. Now that has both a connection to Sin networks, or at least it did, as well as its own data within, which is of course encrypted. And so the technicians at Info begin to start to try and work on that. So we've got should probably okay. So you've got the Sin ship. They're working on the Sin ship. You bring down Captain Nova. For medical analysis. And what was the last thing? Or was that?
The automaton.
Oh, the Navigator.
The navigator, yeah.
Yes. And you bring down
Yes. Yes,
the
Queen.
Navigator.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, that makes sense. So, yes. You have Matt bring down the Navigator, the Sin ship, also Nova. And they take Nova into their medical information bay, and they start running tests on Nova. And the Navigator immediately.
The clone. We should bring the clone down too.
The clone of the king?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't have him. Wait.
We don't have.
Oh, we
we
have
have-
Braveheart. Okay,
We have the king, but we don't have lore anymore.
right.
Yeah, so you have.
Bring down the Necronomicon tablet and the data about
Yeah,
the
see
instruments and the
here's
baby.
here's the king.
Brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, there's just the clone body of the king, brother. King Braveheart Daniels. Okay, so bring down the body of the king. Now there was also canisters of material that you recovered.
Mhm.
So the king. What were you saying, Cameron?
The Necronomicon tablet and the data about the baby, like during the incident and all that weird shit.
Yes. Correct. Okay, so Sid should actually have his
Mhm.
his his tablet. So we got the Necro tablet. And then yes, information about Anya's child.
Um,
From the
I would
Destiny databanks.
I would say that also in the databanks, they would have scanned Argyle's tchotchke, the thing.
Oh
The,
yeah, the
so
map. I mean,
the map.
that's where this comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's where the
I
the, the map
mhm.
actually, you know.
I think that information would also be put through Info's
Right, just to
computer.
see if there's any additional information.
Right.
Okay. So crystal map.
The one thing that I think so in the packet that comes from the beach for
Hmm.
Mary, for Mary, there's two things that she wants. One is she wants more information about her implant. She wants to see if she can get more information about it and see because she doesn't know whether she's using it to its fullest potential.
Okay.
The second thing she wants to do is she wants to request that as much medical data as possible be uploaded into the Destiny's computer system.
Gotcha. So as much like general useful medical data as info
Because
has that the Destiny does not have,
yes, because God, we're
running into weird stuff that.
we're running into weird stuff, and we literally are like Hicks.
Yes, quite literally Hicks. Yes,
Mhm.
100%. It's Bulk Bogan, says Country Fried
Oh,
Minis of the of the King. Yes, definitely Bulk Bogan. Uh,
oh my
awesome.
God. So we're gonna be running into Bulk Bogan at some point because that's a name that Steve could not pass
Yeah,
up.
that's a good
Oh
name.
yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right. So, Mary is asking about her implants
Yes.
and requesting medical data for the Destiny.
Not
Mary's got to
the
get her implants and
not yeah, she got implants while she was down on
down on
Mars.
Tahoe 8s. She's like, as long as I'm gonna be on the beach, I need to look beach ready. Uh, they're like temporary implants.
Mhm.
I feel like in the future you could have something like that. You just like take a pill
Oh yeah.
or something. Just get like busty for like a temp plants.
A
Correct.
night
Country
out.
Fried Minis. uh yes. Excellent. Okay, so Mary implants medical data. Anybody else from the other group have any
Yeah.
specially requests?
The remaining locations of Gengars
That's a good one.
from
Aha.
Thiwar,
Yeah.
because I believe we followed all the leads we've had on existing Gengars.
That's a good one. Okay.
Somebody from the beach should ask about the Starlight Express.
Yeah,
That's what I
where
was just
where is
thinking.
Anya? How is she getting there? Or where are they
Okay.
going?
And if they have video surveillance, can they track them? Can they use facial recognition to track them?
Express. Can we track?
You can't tell me these people don't have facial recognition and AI.
Okay, can we track their faces on the Starlight Express? Okay. All right, that makes sense. Let's see. I'm trying to think who else is over on the other side.
Gigi wants to know about her. She wants to know about her network.
Her businesses, yeah, I'm sure Gigi's wanting to know about her businesses. That's of course.
Gigi wants to know
Her
about her
business.
businesses.
You gotta
Yeah.
get that business going. That business. Let's see. Mary. Solus and Guthix.
Fiona doesn't really understand.
Right. Piona is too new. Solus
Yeah.
and Guthix. Guthix, at some point, Guthix is probably going to have to sit and look at a map with Gigi and Zemeth and actually try and, because they were in a tree, right? When they saw the Starlight Express stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So technically they're going to have to like sit down with a map and really try and figure out, okay, where did we see this? Like, where is it? Because we kind of got a visual of where it is, but you didn't have a map to compare. You know what I mean? You only had your memory.
I get what you're saying.
Right. So yeah, at some point the folks in the world route are gonna have to sit down with a map and try and like kind of figure out like, okay, this is it, and maybe kind of coordinate and see like, okay, is there maybe a Starlight Express in this area? You know, you might have to do a little bit of detective work in that way. But other than that, do Solus or Guthix have any questions or ideas?
As far as I'm remembering, we've asked pretty much all of the main plot point stuff. I guess at this point I would ask more about like personal character development things. Like for Guthix, since he wants to like investigate the alternative magics a little more,
Mhm.
if there's like any information about um precedence or, you know, esoteric knowledge of, you know, strange magical crafts or like maybe combining technology and magic together or technology and like um, nature, stuff
Because
like that.
Guthix has such a broad thing, there's probably a lot of information about all of that stuff. They're urging him to come.
Ew.
Oh, I'm gonna come.
Do not come.
Not come.
That's why he's not on camera.
Ooh, you should get the directions to the nearest Jack in the Box. You might desire a burger, says another Nate.
Mm.
I'm gonna come, says Country Fried Minis. Yeah, do not
I don't
come.
know about Jack in the Box, man. Maybe like a
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. What's that other West Coast
You're
burger
making me
place?
hungry.
West Coast Burger. I was gonna say Del Taco, but that's. I mean, they do have burgers at Del Taco.
Culver's? That kind of strikes me as a West Coast burger place.
What's that?
Which one?
Culver's.
Culver's.
Culver's, man. That's kind of a local. Yeah. Oh, what's the one I'm thinking about though? It's big.
Not
It's
Hardee's.
Hardee's.
Culver's is Midwest.
Jack in the Box.
Also,
No,
tacos at Jack in
not
the Box, burgers
Jack
at
in the
Del
Box.
Taco.
What's the name of the place?
Carl's Jr. is
Carl's.
not.
Yeah.
That's
Hardee's
not Hardee's,
brand.
basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's essentially Hardee's, but not Hardee's.
Now
The only
I've-
other thing that I can think of, and this isn't West Coast, is White Castle.
Nah,
But
stay away from that shit.
oh, you gotta. There's little
Hmm.
onions that pop like little flavor crystals in your house.
Oh, in and
In your mouth.
in,
Wait, in your
so
house.
that's it.
How am I-
In and
House.
out, in and out.
In and out. Yeah, okay. In and
Shake
out.
Shack,
Right.
Shake Shack, which is
Ooh,
kind of
Shake Shack
everywhere.
is good.
Smash Burger.
Steak and Shake.
Oh, I love steak. I love me some Steak and Shake.
I don't like the steak and shake fries though.
Now
They're
we're
too
getting.
thin.
Now we're. Now we're.
Yeah, well, we're almost at the end of the stream
Yeah.
anyway, so it's all good. We can talk about burgers and stuff.
I'm trying to figure out what Rumby would want. And
Oh
I'm not,
boy.
and I'm actually trying to be serious about it. I know that Jay would say, "I want to know how to get to the next galaxy."
Right,
But
right, right.
But I'm trying to actually figure out what Rumby would really want.
Counseling.
What is the meaning of
Fuck it.
life? What is the
Fuck it.
purpose?
Fucking hell yes.
Once
Right.
counseling, probably not.
Yeah, no, probably not. Needs
Definitely.
counseling.
Oh,
Definitely.
Oh,
Without a doubt.
big question.
Yes.
Big question. How do we cure the clowns? They're in our.
Good question.
The clowns are in our brig. How do we cure the clowns?
Ah, yes, yes. So,
Or maybe not even cure, but
The brainwash.
yeah.
and who are the clowns?
Yes. Why are the
In
clowns?
fact. Yeah,
How are the
yeah, like
clowns?
what's going on what's going on with these freaking clowns? Yeah. I mean, you could find that out. So you're like looking around, they're like
Oh. Now Jake has one more thing.
okay.
Jake, do people think I'm dead?
Yeah.
And Steve, no, this you're gonna understand this. Is anybody looking for me?
Oh, for Jake?
Is anybody looking
Right,
for
right, 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 right. That might be a little bit more of a longer answer, but as far as do
me?
people
More of a
think
what? You
oh,
went out.
a longer answer
Okay, gotcha.
for Jake. But as far as do people think he is dead?
Yes.
Let's find out.
Oh, this is a right now answer.
Yeah, this is a right now answer. We'll do this one immediately.
Do people think that Jake is dead?
Huh. So apparently, according to the polls and the data across the various sources, 33.3% of people think that Jake Tungsten is dead.
That's amazing.
5% of people think that Jake Tungsten is a different Tungsten. Either his father or one of his brothers or something. Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
so as far as Jake is concerned. So that's pretty easy. Let's go through these real quick here. The Sin ship obviously going to take a while. There's a lot of hacking, cracking, data macking going to be going on in there.
Really?
Nova is going to take a little bit of time to. It turns out that just like you, initially they're not sure why Nova is still in a coma, so they're going to have to do a little bit more reading on that. The Navigator is, as you know, totally corrupted. The Navigator has not worked since you first got the Navigator and it led you to space. So they're gonna have to kind of work on the Navigator a little bit as well. But they like Drake and like everybody else, they recognize the model of the Navigator. They just don't know how it got on your planet. So they're hoping to maybe figure that out for you. The King, they're obviously going to analyze and the data from the ship and the Necro tablet and everything. Once again, a lot of that stuff is encrypted. information about Anya's child, probably going to take a little bit of time, even though that's not encrypted, just for the computer to kind of cross-reference various sources to see if there's anything comes up about that. The crystal map, of course, pretty easy. If you have questions about it,
Yeah, I
you
was
can.
actually just thinking, is there any data about around the final destination coordinates?
That is a tricky question. There's data beyond this sector, but data all the way to the end coordinates is incredibly sparse because that's
Okay.
pretty far away. And there's the one thing that that you would know is that beyond, because obviously this this big line is the line of the destiny, but beyond eh, beyond here, past the Star Alliance, there's actually kind of a void where in this sector, the stars and the systems are kind of close together. But apparently, the way that this galaxy is set up is that the stars are kind of clustered together, where there's like large kind of voids in between, and there's kind of a large void beyond that you'll have to navigate. And there is some information about that. Uh, Dan's already got like tiny spoilers about some of that from Tonalon Oxenfree, uh, his traveling companion who has been to the void, but she's not with you guys conveniently. But yeah, so there'll be a lot more with that. So that's good for me to
The Star Alliance.
question.
What do we do? We die.
About the destination onto the map. Of course. And then we already answered the question about Jake is dead. Mary's probably got to submit some stuff about her implant. She might even have to go. Request for medical data, that's pretty easy. Obviously, the remaining locations of the gangers, that is also a thing that is not 100% known, and you're going to have to rely on little bits and pieces of information. And of course, the Starlight Express. Now, there is one thing that you did ask about, and that was the clowns. So, of course, the clowns are on the Destiny, so you can bring the clowns to info to have them checked out. And of course, just so that we can remember, we'll pop up the clowns. These are the clowns. This is Gilly and Weasel. Gilly and Weasel
Some
were
fucking nightmares.
yeah, Gilly and Weasel were the drivers of a rainbow-colored roller skate-shaped speedster in the race on Escrito. When Rumby destroyed the speedster that his team was supposed to speed in, they were picked up by these clowns. Now, it turned out eventually that they realized that these clowns, because Argyle had stolen this ship, and because there were lots of cameras and everybody could kind of see, that these clowns were in fact agents programmed by the Sin to intercept you. But something clearly went wrong. Now, they only know themselves as Gilly and Weasel. Immediately, when you take these guys to info, they tell you, Gilly and Weasel, these are definitely fake identities. The, any information.
Are they still wearing the makeup?
Nah, they're probably, I don't know, maybe they're wearing the makeup. After all this time, they're probably cleaned up a little bit. They're probably still dirty and kind of like they've been living in your brig, like just
That's true, yeah.
miserable. Um, yeah, probably not in the makeup anymore. So they they come down and the computer scans the two of them, and they kind of wait. The scan goes, and there's processing and processing, and then finally you see the professor. He looks at the information and he goes, "What?" And he like looks at the two guys and he looks back and he's like looking at the thing. He's like looking at them and he's looking at the thing and he's like, "Well, that's interesting. I think I have an identity for your clown friends here. It looks like your name is Vandrew Ridger, and your name is Yorgo Mirkos, and you used to be in a band
They're
called
from the former Soviet Union.
BAM."
Oh no.
Let's
Oh,
go!
no. Oh no.
Says here that Ridger and
Oh, no.
Mirkos once made up the pop duo BAM, stylized in Galcom letters as capital BAM exclamation
course.
point.
Please
Known
wake me.
throughout the sector
Please wake me up. I've got to go.
for their smash hit Last Hearsmas 16
No.
years ago.
No. No.
It says that after Rubicon's coup, the pair came out of retirement as anti-sin activists. They were labeled as terrorists by the Sin and have been presumed dead for 4 years after a Sin raid on an insurgent site.
So you mean these guys are musicians?
Yeah, they certainly are.
So they're worthless?
The great army of Hans Proner gets a little stronger.
Well,
Ever increasing band.
I wouldn't say they're worthless. Play Last Hearsmas by
Don't.
BAM.
Don't, because we don't.
A symbol of love you didn't understand. Now I see through you, your smile's just a guise. My trust, like snow, melted under your lies.
Oh my god. Okay. This has gone on for like 45 seconds too long.
Oh my god.
Although I will have to say that I think we found our new outro. But wait a minute. You said they were captured during a raid on an insurgents camp.
Yes.
I wonder if they can fight.
Clearly.
Well, it says here that they were responsible. Well, if the Sin are to be believed, though there are some cross references to authenticate some of the incidents, that yes, they were responsible for several insurgent movements against the sin.
Well, if we can get them unbrainwashed, they might be useful.
Yes, it seems that their programming would be reversible, though there are some risks. Then again, I guess you don't want to be a clown, do you? Ha 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 ha! Oh. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
He's a scientist. He doesn't have a good sense of humor.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, we'll get these two in the med bay and see if we can't clear their noggins. Maybe they'll write you another hit for just
No.
sin to just in to,
Yes. This is what happens when the DM's brain just decides to die.
yes, exactly.
Ah.
So, with that,
Goddamn.
with that, now you know that your clowns are some insurgent pop stars.
While you were talking, I did remember we do have another NPC
Yeah.
that we've gathered.
Oh yeah.
That should be on the Destiny.
Minkoko?
Oh yeah, Min Coco.
Well, not only Minkoko, but the Baron's clone.
And Tonalana.
Oh no.
Oh, you're talking about Thurston.
Thurston. We've got
That's right. There
Thur-
is Thurston.
we have Thurston, and you know what? Yeah, I think because Tonalana was very weird. I think they would want to know about if we have video of Tonalana, we'd want to know.
Right. Okay.
If
Questions about Tonalana. Yeah. Right.
Do we have security? That's the first question. Do we actually have security footage of this creature?
I mean, here's the thing. Tonalana is actually kind of easy too, because if you look up Friender, you find that it is a thing.
Okay.
It is a species of. It is a kind of a subspecies of Laputan, of Halfling, essentially, is what you find out. But you find out all kinds of like weird shit about them. But essentially, there's nothing like super special about her. I mean, maybe a little bit, but
There's definitely something special.
there's
about
something
Tonalana.
special about her for sure. But yeah, she does seem to be at least somewhat typical of her species in regard to her unusual skills.
So basically, she's not going to be she's not going to be like trying to kill Argyle, because she went with Argyle. That would probably be the bit of the worry.
Oh, I see. As in, like, she's not some kind of weird little like. It turns out she looks like a little girl, but she's actually like a horrible monster. And when she gets Argyle alone in deep space, she's going to like devour him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, if there is a concern about that, no. Probably not concerned. Also, I feel like if you talk to Solus, I feel like Solus got a good vibe from her.
Yeah.
They had a little of a like they kind of had a little bonding. So
a little bit of an autistic,
exactly.
understanding.
Yes.
Oh, you know what?
100%. Yeah.
You know what? There's one other thing that Mary wants to know.
Okay.
Where did that asshole go?
Oh,
Oh, Derek.
Derek.
Yeah. Where where did that asshole go?
All right. Derek Star Chaser. Yeah, that's a fun one too because of
Yeah.
course, Derek ran off with the waitress,
Yeah.
Varla, I think.
Varla?
Varla. I think
Varvra.
Varvra.
Varvra
Varvra.
Hing?
That's right.
Varvra.
Varvra Hing. That's right.
Yeah.
Right. He ran off with the waitress Varvra Hing, but there might have been something else going on. Where is Derek? That's a good question.
Yeah.
That is
Where's
a good
Derek?
question. All right. Excellent. Well, with all those questions posed,
There may be
Hey.
more next time.
yeah,
too,
and more answers to come. I think that's all we have for tonight, right?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quite a good amount of questions.
Did you like the did you like my No, you didn't like it. Like my my
Oh,
my
oh,
ma'am.
I'm
I
hoping
liked it.
I'm hoping that will count and that I actually won't have to hear the real song this year.
I have
No.
already one of the reasons that I did that is that I have already heard that song
God,
like at least half a dozen times.
oh my God.
Two of them might have been the Taylor Swift version, but
There's a Taylor Swift version.
bro,
I don't like new
Of course
music.
there is.
of course there's a Taylor Swift version.
no,
Hold
You
on,
haven't
my
heard
dogs
that
are
on the
going off.
No, well,
Here,
no, I haven't heard that one because I'm trying to actively avoid that kind of shit. No, you want to know how
how you
how
consume the radio or how you
like
consume music.
I'm like
Dan has a tape player from
no.
1983 that he plays like this
I-
one REO Speedwagon tape like
Yeah,
over
that's
and
it.
over.
No, I've got Sirius, and I only play the
Oh,
80s.
okay.
I play the 80s and 90s station on Sirius, but no,
Lithium is the
Lithium.
90s station. I know that.
I thought for a very long time that the live action How to Train Your Dragon that's coming was a joke.
Like, what do you mean a joke?
I thought that it was somebody. I thought that it was people on the internet that play just putting up pictures that were AI because I didn't think that they would actually do a real live version of How to Train Your Dragon.
Uh, that's not even really on my radar because I'm not familiar with the original.
Mm.
The only thing that I'm worried about is that is apparently Amazon announced a live action Voltron, and I'm like, oh,
I think I did hear that too. I'm like, no, don't do that.
please don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh,
It's fine,
you know,
whatever.
you know what I did see last night though? What I watched last night? Finally, Deadpool and Wolverine.
I still haven't seen that.
You haven't seen it? Oh my God!
No, I still haven't seen
oh,
it.
dude, it is amazing.
Is it? It's good.
It really is. It is the Wolverine that it's even more vicious than Logan.
Are babies extruded? What?
I said it's more vicious than
No, I'm
Logan.
looking at
No,
the chat.
comments. Yeah.
The last thing in the chat, Nathan said, "Are babies extruded?" I'm like not sure what
from Deadpool and Wolverine.
what that pertains to, but maybe, maybe I guess.
Baby pool is in Wolverine. There is a baby pool in that.
Unrelated question. Let's see.
But
I mean,
but,
by definition of extrude, I guess.
Yeah. Can you prove babies aren't extruded? No, I can't. I can't at all.
huh?
So
That took a turn.
I guess they are. I guess they are.
that definitely took a turn.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm fading fast.
Yeah.
So and I can't breathe now, like my allergies all of a sudden.
Oh. Shit.
You know, that is not the ASMR that anybody wants.
Probably not. Ooh, we love dicks. We love you too, guys. Thank
Yeah.
you. Anybody who's still watching, thank you for watching.
And
Long
happy
live Dix,
Thanksgiving.
Nathan. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving
Yeah.
to everybody. Of course, the Thanksgiving holiday is tomorrow, so hopefully everybody is gorging themselves with good foods and spending time with good peoples and all of that stuff. And yeah, good things. Do all the YouTube things, like, subscribe, bells, comments, sharing, all those things.
Extrusions.
Extrusions. So you smash that extrude button. Oh, I just like spilled. Oh, spilled a little bit of drink in my lap.
Oh, you extruded some liquid into your lap.
No. Oh, it was cold. All right. Anyway, we've been the
Hashtag
Dicks in the
extrusion.
Dark.
Yeah, there we are.
We will see you again next time. Goodbye.
Bye
Later.
bye. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bum, bum. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Almighty.
We did things. We had a stream.
Sounds like a thumb in the bum over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Sure.